Hey guys, hold on for a second. I gotta bring the chat back up because I had to restart because what's the name was being fruitylicious. No, what? Why did it call it? Oh my goodness, one second, guys. Go to downloads. I am in downloads. Okay, cool. Wait, what? Hold on for a second, guys. Well, I see you guys type. I'm trying to bring up the chat, so I can't see you guys because this thing is acting stupid. Okay, good. Pause that. I'll change the thumbnail later. It's not that important. All right, good. The chat's back up. Let me pop out the chat. Yo, guys, thank you for the great palace map. Really appreciate it. Zoo is the man. So is the rest of you guys. All right, so good. Where is okay? Close this. Boom, bam, bam, and all righty, guys, let's go. Let's hear this talk. Okay, so all Mido cared about was a Deku tree, no Deku life. All right, hold on, I gotta go back up. Awesome. Jermaine said, "Who you guys were you guys surprised? It's a solid theory. I just think liked everything to be expanded upon. I wasn't able to watch. Like for example, why would Mido forgive Link after he beats Dark Link? Forgive Link? He didn't forgive Link. He asked, in my theory, he asked Link to forgive him. He beats Dark Link and takes the Triforce from him. Of course, he's gonna ask Link to forgive him, or Link's gonna body him. Will do that in my spare time. Coming back, okay. I was pleasantly surprised, especially because I've beaten the game before more than once. So I've never taken no, I've taken notice of the elf, but not once did I question why did he pull the hatred from Link and turn it into his shadow? I mean, man, my mind is just blown. Exactly. And like, sure, you could say Mido mistook the fact that Link killed the Deku tree. 1 second after, well, I read all that already. Okay, okay. But then he would obviously see Ganon completely wrecked all of Hyrule. Yes, but he doesn't care about that. All he cares about is his revenge. You have to remember the Kokiri at this time in Breath of the Wild are the Kokiri still alive? Are the Kokoris alive in Breath of the Wild? Someone answer that. Is Mido seriously gonna hold a grudge against Link when he witnessed Ganondorf end the world? He never witnessed Ganondorf end the world. And you have to keep in mind that his world is the Kokiri forest, and that's all. He doesn't know it. The Kokoris don't never leave the forest. They don't know anything outside of Hyrule. All Mido knows is that Link went to the Deco tree, left the Deku tree died, and the Kokiri forest got overrun by moblins and other creatures as far as Mido's concerned in his mind, his perception. Link did that, not Ganon. And Mido does not care about what happens in Hyrule, Hyrule Castle, Hyrule Field, Gerudo Valley. In fact, Mido doesn't even know about those places. Well, went back then. He wouldn't even know about them because they never left Kokiri Forest. So let me see something here. I thought that was an annoying as Kokiri. All right, let me read. And except that Mido in the main timeline never does witness Ganon destroy the world because the main timeline Ganon is always stopped. Exactly. He's also a guy at the end of the. He's also the guy at the end of the event. I don't think Mido did though. All Mido cared about was the Deku tree. Welcome back, Trevor. You got to add that. You got that ad about scary text. Congrats. Live again. I'll watch the whole ad. Don't forget, guys. Men will always do stupid things over a girl, and Syria is clearly waifu material. It's good. Syria isn't waifu material. Oh boy, they're gonna argue about it. It's always over some the white. All right. Whoa, we dropped down. Oh wait, no, we didn't drop down. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, look, the real story G's always goes over some BD. All right, but you have to think of it like this. Mido saw Link as a huge threat. He took Syria from him, and he feels the Deku tree died because of him. Jealousy and hatred. Did you see Nintendo's Twitter? They posted wallpaper of Tara or whatever. Um, Normally, I'd question why Ganon would waste time with someone like Mido, even if he was a guard. But Ganon can be very political when he's not in power. Probably didn't want to any heat. Bowman. Remember Ganon in Ocarina of Time the first time around? Ganon went to the king seeking, um, telling the king he would aid the king in the war in Hyrule. And Zelda, remember Zelda said, I don't trust that guy in the beginning of Ocarina of Time, Ganon never attacked anyone. Ganon was on his politics, B. He made some valuable he did the politic role. It's only because Link was sent back in his time and he warned Zelda. Only then they stopped Ganon from doing anything. Plus, okay, plus Link also breaks into his house and jacks his purple rupees that were oh boy. Realist, stupid autocorrect. Saria is as much waifu material as anyway. Out of the cat, anyone who he could trick to do it would do. Nothing special about him. I don't. Okay. Nintendo should really remaster Zelda 2. Yeah, and they should let me make sure the story's right. My man Trival's always live when I need it. Him to be. Let's do this, fam. Or just a remake. Nope. Hold on for a second. I would have played this game. I wouldn't. No, I would have played this game if it was more polished. Technically, they evolved into Kokoroks. Um, there's Kokoroks, not Kokoris. So the Kokoris don't exist anymore, and you call them they are Kokoroks. And this is in Breath of the Wild, right? Confirm or deny, please. Yes, they are. Just in their rock form. Kokoroks have taken over. Good point, Triforce. I don't know what you're talking about though. Can someone sum up the story in this game real quick? I never played it and missed the stream altogether. I will watch later. All right, give me a second. I'll sum it up. Yeah. Now, I just didn't have enough text to type it out. Nah, dude, I don't. But this whole Mido theory. So Mido could be the last living Kokiri that, and he did not turn into a Kokoro. Me personally thinking, I think personally that this is just my theory, but it's the only thing that makes sense, man. Nothing else would make sense. They're the plant dudes from Wind Waker now. It is the only thing that makes sense. That has to be Mido. He's mentioned in the game. Oh, that's coincidence though. It's not like they put him in. They named the town after Mido for a reason, because the game came before Ocarina of Time. Because just like you said, Triforce, he is immortal. Exactly. So if all the other Kokoris eventually over time they stay kids until they die. After each generation, the Kokoris would evolve as beings. And that's when the Kokiri turn into the Kokorok. But because Mido is immortal and he never died, his bloodline never evolved into Kokoroks. But it would be godlike if Mido had children and they evolved into Kokoroks, and then they can make another Zelda game where later on in the future, Mido's descendants as Kokoroks decide to come after Link. But don't be biting off my stuff, Anuma. Now let me stop. If I had been Link, I would have kicked him away. Here's about He's about as big as a soccer ball. But long story short, Jaden, this is what it is. In the adventure of Link, now that the legend is over, Ganon's body has been destroyed, right? Ganon's body, yeah, I call him Coco Rocks. That's what I call him. Ganon's body has been destroyed, right? And the storyline for Zelda 2 is that the ashes of Ganon has been put into this thing called this coffin called the Thunderbird, right? And in this coffin, Ganon can like you saw that thing flying around. That's actually Ganon, but he can only exist in that coffin. And as you can see, his powers were limited. He could just throw fire all around the place. I guess if they upgraded the game and polished it, it would be Ganon in some type of statue that's just shooting down beams of lights that's just coming out of the air, and you have to dodge them. If this was like a 3D game, that's what it would be remade. But we're working on 8-bit graphics, so that's what it looks like. Um, he's he's bringing a HH1 exotic. Thank you for the subscription. He's hailing down fire and brimstone. That's the power he has. He's like Link, which I should have probably did a voice for him like Link. I told you I would come back and blah blah, and I will bring down fire and brimstone on your head and all this other stuff. I guess when I do the post thing, I'll probably add that aspect of it. He's literally just throwing down fire and brimstone. All hell's coming down on Link. Anyway, Mido DLC revealed. Yo, that would be godlike if Nintendo did that. That would be kind of godlike. I'm gonna talk to Anuma when I get to E3. I'm gonna see what I could talk to him about. We gonna see. But in any event, so yeah, so um, so l- someone put Zelda on the Prince of Hyrule because the king is dead, right? The Prince of Hyrule, and this is in the Zelda 2 booklet. The Prince of Hyrule is charmed by a dark magic and puts Zelda to sleep forever, and whatever the case may be. And then someone has plotted to use Link's blood to resurrect Ganon through the Thunderbird. Now, there's no storyline to say who. It's just this old, tiny little short elf. And it just dawned on me when after I played Ocarina of Time and I went back and I played Zelda 2. I was like, wait a minute, why is this elf so tiny? And none of the other elf, the elf was the size of that little kid inside the village. And I was like, actually, the kid that I rescued in the island palace, well, not the island palace, but whatever where you had to fight Grog, the guy that does the stupid reflection. That kid was taller than him. And remember, Link is a Hylanian elf. Actually, Link is from Catalina, based on the storyline of Zelda and stuff like that. But actually, there's many different Links, so they're all over the place. But Link was an exceptionally tall Kokiri when they thought he was a Kokiri, but he's not. But if you notice, Link was taller than everybody except for Saria and Mido. They were all like relatively the same size, but everybody else Link was taller than. And like I said, the kid in that floating island, the kid in that island in the game is taller than Mido, or the old elf in this game. So anyway, I'm saying that that's Mido, and Mido Ganon made Mido immortal. In return, Mido would let Ganon go speak to the Deku Tree, the Great Deku Tree. Ganon went in to speak to the Great Deku Tree, instead poisoned the Great Deku Tree, bounced. Later on in Ocarina of Time, Link goes to wants to see the Deku Tree. Mido's like, I'm not letting you pass. Link has proven his worth to go past and go see the Deku Tree. He goes in. Mido is very reluctant in letting him in. This all happens in the actual game. I'm not making this part up. This happens in the game. Like Mido's reluctant to let him in, but he's like, you prove yourself. He goes in. Link goes in. Link finds out from the Deku Tree what the Ganon did and blah blah blah, and then the Deku Tree dies. Link leaves. Mido's like, yo, what the hell? You go in, you come out. The Deku Tree's dead. What do you do? Now everyone's like, yeah, but like Triforce in the future, the Deku Tree actually no. The Deku Tree remains dead. Even in the Divergence timeline, the Deku Tree remains dead. The Deku Tree dies. Ganon poisons the Deku Tree and it dies. That's solidified in history, whether in the main timeline or the Divergence timeline. Neither Either one, that Deku Tree dies. So Mido now in the main timeline always believes that Link is the reason why the Deku Tree died, and on top of it, Link takes his girl. Well, that's not his girl, but in his mind that is. So Mido gets this immortality, and he lives throughout the ages to gets his revenge on Link's descendants. Later on, as you can see here. Okay, so and that's I beat the game, and then that's it. And Mido tried to the one revenge he wanted, the one thing he could have do was use Link's shadow to kill him, and that didn't work well. Here's another thing that bothers me though. So Mido has a Triforce of Power, and in his final competition with Link, he summons Dark Link. That's his whole attack plan. Yeah, that's his whole attack plan. You don't overthink it. Don't overthink it because Ganon has a Triforce of Power. And what was his attack plan? Like, come on, Ganon could do a lot more with the Triforce of Power. So let's not sit here and look at Mido and act like Mido's doing something wrong. Oh, little elf, that's a smart attack plan. You bring someone shadow to fight them. Like the reason why you're saying that is because I sat there with a pattern and I beat him. Like, come on, man. Let's be realistic here. Like, if I fought Shadow Link normally, he would have just killed me. Oh, actually, that's not true because I've actually challenged myself to just fight Shadow Link without doing that quarter pattern, and I've actually beaten him. Although I had to heal myself twice, but whatever. So let's see here. Nah, Ganon Dragmire is dead. There's only Demise, so voicing him would have been less dramatic. Yeah, Dragmire, which is now let's get into this part as to why we might as well bring this up now. So I'm glad Super Nintendo brought this up. Nogar Mido is an idiot. What up, Triforce? Had to go to bed. Just got off of work. I like never like my Link stole your girl and he killed your dad. All right, so that's the story, Jaden. How come nobody mentioned this before besides you? It seems if I saw an elf in this game, I would have swore it would have been a Kokiri too. I know. But first of all, this is one of the hardest Zelda games according to people, but it's not. I just beat this game. In fact, I'm gonna say I beat this game without dying, cause I would have just beat the game without dying. I used spell instead of thunder. I would have killed Ganon and I would have done the corner trick and beat the game without dying. So I just showed you how to beat the game. I had D lives when I was done. So I gave these guys the D. Whoa. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this is not one of the greatest Zelda games out there in terms of story. So a lot of people don't think to look back into this game to try to connect the dots. This is how I came up with my timeline. I didn't take people's theories that they made in their mind. I said, let's play the game, let's look at the game, let's connect the dots of what's in the game versus what's in the other games, and a story will be unveiled. And that's how I found out about that. After I beat Ocarina of Time, I played Zelda 1, 2, Link to the Past, and what's the name of this thing? Link's Awakening all over again to try to figure out what was here, there, and everywhere. And that's how I found out. I was like, Mido. What made me think about Mido is when I saw the town, when I noticed after Ocarina of Time, most of the towns in Zelda were named after the sages, and each of those towns had sages in them. So I was like, those are the descendants of the sages. So my thing is, if the sages have descendants in the town, why can that not be Mido? Why not? This goes, those sages go all their lineage goes all the way back to Ocarina of Time, but it's in the adventure of Link. So yeah, it can be. So um so to a 35-year-old map maker, let's get that 24-hour stream Breath of the Wild next. What is I'm not gonna might be a dumb question. Have you died at all in the game yet? Magus, I activate the wrong spell. I thought I had it on Thunder, and I activated spell, and so when I used Thunder, I didn't have enough for life, so I got killed by Ganon, and then I just killed Ganon, and then went and killed Darklink, with literally one flicker of energy. So theoretically speaking, had I not made that mistake, I would have beaten the game without dying again. But I only died once in the game. So let me see something. Might be a dumb question. Oh, anyway, how come nobody mentioned? Oh yeah. So now I thought of being a Kokiri because of like yo the only elves that don't that don't age as they grow are Kokoris. So that's when I was like that has to be Mido. Triforce in Breath of the Wild, many places names are a reference to the Game Boy, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. Yes, Jaden, and we're gonna get into that. So now someone asked what was the question here that was asked? Um, yes, let's talk about demise. So, why did I name that episode The Origins of the Calamity? So, someone asked in the first, the beginning of the end. episode one, the beginning of the end. Is Calamity Ganon the same? Calamity Ganon is demise. Remember what they said in Breath of the Wild, and Super Nintendo put me onto this. They said Ganon has not been in a body since 10,000 years. So I said to myself, so the Triforce of Power, Demise slash Ganon, hasn't been in a body since 10,000 years. There's only been one time Ganon Demise has ever been outside of a actual body, outside of them, the beginning, which is Skyward Sword, and that would be the Legend of Zelda, where he lost his body because Link destroyed it. So, where in the timeline could Breath of the Wild then be? The end. Breath of the Wild is the absolute end of the timeline. What supports this theory is that every single Zelda game, even the CDI games, Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, all of the games are referenced in Breath of the Wild. You can only reference something from the past if you're in the future. And on that note, it is undisputed that Breath of the Wild is what is exactly what Skyward Sword is to Zelda. It is the opposite end. If Skyward Sword is the beginning, Breath of the Wild is the absolute end. So they said, according to Super Nintendo, he said that um, there was peace in Hyrule for a very long time, and then a war broke out, and Link was in defeating Ganon. Link was injured and then put to rest to whatever. Now, name a time in Zelda where everything is going well. If not now, there's whole towns where people are living. There's like 8 towns in Zelda 2. You speak to people, people go in and out of town. Okay, town of Kasatu was destroyed, but they moved it to a new town. There are people there, people drink water. This is a great time. After this game is the CDI games where Hyrule is still flourishing. Then the cartoons, Hyrule is still flourishing. So Breath of the Wild had to have taken place. A war happens after the CDI games and the cartoon, which destroys Hyrule. Calamity Ganon is demise. This is why you don't ever see him. Wow, just woke up from work and he's still here. Okay, not only that, but this is the game in which the kingdom of Hyrule no longer exists. Well, exactly. Don't bring the F. No, I'm bringing it into it, man. Ganon literally gets eviscerated. Also, in the end of the game, spoiler alert, Ganon is killed. Wait a minute. In the end of what game? Breath of the Wild? The cartoon is actually godlike. They made the cartoon based on this game. It wasn't even the CDI games that they based the cartoon on. They based the cartoon off of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. And then when the cartoon came out was doing good, then they made the CDI games. The CDI games actually come after the cartoon if you really want to go in a chronological order. So I'm supposed to do the CDI and the cartoons next, then the CDI games. But that's really not important. I just plot them all in the same area. Don't forget the Captain N episodes with Link and Ganon. Yeah, yeah, but let's not stretch it. Let's just leave it at the Legend of Zelda cartoon. Let's not stretch it. That's like some alternate dimension stuff, then yeah. Um, the only living Hylians that have connections to the kingdom at the end of Breath of the Wild are Link and Zelda. If if I remember, yes, maybe. You said yes, maybe. What? Ganon is not eviscerated in Breath of the Wild. I'm telling you right now, Ganon cannot be destroyed. The Triforce Ganon is the Triforce of power. Demise is the Triforce of power. Demise cannot be destroyed. Demise can only be contained. That's it. So you cannot kill Ganon. You can destroy his body, but you cannot kill Ganon. Wait, if it's a end, so after the game there's a new legend after the old. Yes. You have to remember Breath of the Wild can be called the Legend of Zelda because This is the Adventures of Link. So after the cartoon and after the CDI games, there is a game that happens where there's a big war and Ganon hurts Link, and Link is removed from the scene by putting that tank or whatever in Breath of the Wild, and things happen where Ganon destroys all of Hyrule. So be, the legend is reborn. That's why when I play Breath of the Wild, the title is called The Legend is Reborn. I'm literally gonna name it that. So let me see something. Wow, the stupid chat went all the way up. He was sealed again, not destroyed. See, I knew it. I knew it. And I haven't even played the game. They just sealed him. Balloon Man, I heard Zelda say something like that in the final cutscene supporting it is at the end of the timeline. Oh, I remember. Breath of the Wild is called The Legend of Zelda because it's the story of the last princess and the beginning of a new era. So it's The Legend of Zelda Reborn. And a new story is going to be born this winter. Woo! DLC, okay. I think what it's meant is the physical body. No, the physical body of Ganon is destroyed in The Legend of Zelda for the NES. We literally just watched Link destroy Ganon's body in game. We're not making that up. That happened in the game. Link pulled out the sacred silver arrow, shot Ganon, and his body said and turned it to ash. Literally. And then in Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, they tried to Mido gathered Ganon's ashes and tried to use Link's blood to bring Ganon to give Ganon a new body. Please don't spoil it. Let's not forget the new story in the DLC subtribe was Link, Lord of Gaming. Then there's the new Zelda Power, Nintendo Power Zelda comics. Yeah, well, the Nintendo Power Zelda comics support Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link. So the CDI games, the cartoons, and the comics all support. Those are all a part of the Adventures of Link, all of them. Speaking of which, did you see the Silver Arrow comic book? I tweeted you the Silver Arrow comic book. No, I didn't see that tweet. Send it to me in DMs. It all goes down in the DMs. Um, So now the next game I'm gonna play is the CDI games, and then I'm going to play the CDI games, and then it's gonna be a review of the cartoons, and then it's gonna be Breath of the Wild. So the CDI games are next week. I can't give you guys a date because I gotta make sure this emulator works to play the CDI. So I'm gonna work on making sure that it works. Anyway, the manga main the manga smanga. I don't care about the manga. This is like I don't care about Hyrule Historia. So Mido got butthurt about Link stealing his girl and was responsible for the death of Deku Tree, tried to resurrect the King of Evil to kill him. Yeah, that sounds like a plausible storyline because guess what? That's not the first time that storyline has ever been used. So many other storylines have used that same thing. Some weak, poor, pathetic guy hates a hero, isn't strong enough to kill him, so the guy goes makes a deal with the devil to resurrect the devil to kill the hero, thinking that the devil's going to just kill the hero and then let it rock. Yeah, that's storyline being used before. It's not new. Let's see here. Um, okay, how do you want me to send the art? Want me to Skype you the files? Yeah, Skype me the files. Skype me the files. Yeah, and the mangas are just based on the games anyway. They're standalone stories. That was foolish for me to say. Majora's Mask. Exactly, Majora's Mask. Like prime example. Skull Kid doesn't like you. Blah blah blah. Like really? Are you really gonna do that to like destroy a whole Termia because you don't like Link? Like really? And Zelda says something in Breath of the Wild that kind of suggests he is gone for good. What does Zelda say? Actually, don't ruin it. When we get to it, we'll see. Remember, Garam in Skyward Sword. Yes. How come Majora's Mask is in Link's room in A Link Between Worlds? Um, because that the Links probably over the ages and the centuries kept the mask. Remember, Link returns from Link returns from Termia. Wait a minute. Doesn't Link? Who does Link give that mask to? I forgot, but there's a plausible storyline as to reason how that mask got into the room. It's not Skull Kid. It's Majora's mask taking over his body. Yeah, whatever. Either way, either way, doesn't matter. I DM'd you the comics. Okay. Whoa. The Happy Mac salesman. Yeah, he probably gave it to the other version Link, and that other version Link put it in your room. When we get to A Link Between Worlds, we'll explore that one game at a time, one game at a time. We don't want to fit. We don't want to start now. Oh, this game fits here. This game fits here. I only tell you guys Breath of the Wild now because it's relevant to this game and where we're heading to. So that's as much spoilers as we're gonna get. When we play Breath of the Wild, we can go over every nook and cranny of Breath of the Wild to see what in the game is supporting my this theory of mine. But yeah, so here we are. Wow, it's 6:02. An hour went by already. Whoa, my ear. Whoa. Okay. It's possible. Do the people hearing the story and start replicating the mask like part of the culture? Perhaps. Wait, bam. Okay. He gave it to the happy salesman, mask salesman. Yeah, you're right. He did. All right, later, Jaden. All right, guys. Get some sleep. Thank you all for joining. Thank you guys all for subscribing, and we went from 750 to 792. I'm slightly disappointed. $8 more than we would have hit 800. We would have been at the 80 mark. That sucks. Anybody can drop a donation because, as I told you, I don't make any money when I'm streaming these Zelda games as I'm doing this Order of Time project because Nintendo claims everything. So your support to my channel is everything. So I really appreciate it. Lantern, you missed a lot, man. This is the discussion thread and whatnot. He gives it to the salesman who shops in Hyrule. So why wouldn't the mask show up in Hyrule? Exactly. You gotta stream earlier. I can't, for some stupid reason. Like the stream's still good now, but 10 p.m. Over here in Jamaica is the optimum time for me to stream because first, people are not at work, they're home. Second, the internet actually has no problems. But like from 4 p.m. to 10 o'clock, the internet has massive, fiber optic has massive issues. I don't know what the heck is wrong with it. So yeah. See you, Ray Ray. Mass salesman is in Kilton, confirmed. Kassan, are you serious about that? The mass salesman is still around? Didn't get a notification. Oh well, Lantern. Well, that was it was an 8 hour stream, so yeah, you may wanna just skim through it and you get the gist of it. As I said, I'm gonna be doing a post review of the game. There's gonna be a post review of the game, so I'll make the shorter versions of it. So don't worry, I'll get to that. So you guys can take a look at it. Apparently, files can't be transferred unless we add each other as Skype contacts. Oh crap. Give me a second. Let me open up Skype. 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. All right, so I'm only gonna get 3 to 4 hours of sleep today. I have to do the vlog with the poor girl from the town over here, and then I have to Where are you? Message me. Message me. Oh, there you go. Ah, boy. I got. Morning. Just let you guys know, Super Nintendo is the fucking man. That's all I have to say. Just letting you guys know this right now. I saw the artwork he did. This is perfect, man. You did it in a good style too. You followed after the cartoon and the original NES comic, and Nintendo game. All right, let me see something here. Let's see what other people. All right, they have built it from Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. Okay, but he looks like he never aged. The game in pickle was a Triforce. If Etika and you were to be in a death battle, who would win? I'm trying to get the Darklink outfit or whatever. There you go. How long you gonna be streaming? I'm coming off in about next 10, 15 minutes, guys. Oh my goodness. That was a good stream. You okay, Smokums? Your hair is all over the place. You may want to rewrap it. It fits, man. It fits. Now we're gonna need to kind of like I don't know if you can draw some more, but we're gonna need I need you to draw um I need you I'll talk well we'll talk later on today. I'll probably just need like three pictures from you regarding I just probably need three pictures from you regarding Zelda 2 because a lot of Zelda 2 is actually shown in the game and it's way better illustrated than Zelda 1. So we won't need as many pictures. Bowman, all right, man. Take care, man. The sound is really low. Okay, so those are some serious picks. Serious picks, man. So, how did you guys like the stream, the adventure? Give me some give me your thoughts on this, man. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. See right what could have improved on, what you liked, what you didn't like. Oh, Hmm. Okay, The Legend of Zelda Order of Time Episode 2, The Origins of Calamity. This is this is definitely where it begins, you know. Uh, the longer Ganon no longer has a body, the crazier he becomes. Oh, it was good. I like the story time parts. I totally forgot about the Mido until now. Could you, by any chance, fix the latency of your webcam? How do you do that? I loved it. The commentary, the role playing, I thought it was pretty awesome. Thank you. Storytime with Trifle should be a children's show. I found it good. Don't really got any tips and almost feel like this is experimental. It is. Can't wait to see the summary vids. Yeah, the summary vids are gonna. When I do like the post stuff, that's gonna be way more like it's gonna have to be way more polished and far more professional. Let's see something. We need a screen with green gameplay and your webcam. I'm getting tired of that CruiseCon commercial. Yeah, I want to work on another scene just for you guys so we can get more screen time of the game. It's bigger. So I'll work on that. Yeah, you have a point. I got a question for the chat. Is this channel PG or not? No, the channel's PG. Matter of fact, the channel's really G rated. I am back for a few minutes. Okay, Jaden. Yes, Omar. That's not to say that no one's ever cursed on a channel before. Good morning. I'm getting ready for school. Or morning, Rachel. We had a good stream, Rachel. Yeah, like oh man, it was kind of god. It was godlike. I can't even front. It was godlike. And we almost made $50. We almost hit 800. We were $8 off, but we made the oh what the heck? But yeah, we did decent on some funds, and then on top of it, the story was ridiculous. Ooh, ooh. Sorry guys, playing Tetris over here. Mm, mm, mm. Uh-oh, I'm dead. No, fight it. Fight it, Triforce. Don't give in. So you say don't give in, but you would make a stupid move like that. Why? And then you made a dumber move. Dumb, dumber, dumb, dumb, and dumber. Yeah. You don't. Why am I not dead? You let me live? Why? That. Okay, so Rachel, this game wasn't ready for Triforce's sound effects. It's probably a webcam itself. Some streamers go through several webcams to get it right. Guess the more money and OCD you have. Okay, channel is rated OG, right? Your Triforce opened everyone's eyes to the truth that this is the story. For real, OG from Brick City. Yep, remember that. We are OGs from the Brick City. Um, will you be streaming more Zelda later today? Nah, that's it for Zelda. Right, that's it for Zelda for like a couple of days. What I gotta start preparing for now is getting this CDI mod on my PC because that's the next thing to do. That's the very next thing to do. Game Theory Empire Arcadia is secretly controlled by EA Games, just like Saria, the co-career. Stream overtime with Unseen Tetris. The reason I don't play Mario Kart 8 with Rachel and Irvin is because my Switch always gets disconnected. So for the most part, I only try to play single player. I plan. Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna stream today. We're gonna do Mario Kart 8. So like, I'll try to do it. No, I can't do it today because today I got to do the vlog and then I got to do the end team. I got to do the vlog with this poor girl today, and then I got to do the end team vlog. So literally, I'm just gonna get rest, eat, do the two vlogs, and then tonight at 10, it's Mario Kart time. My girl will probably be playing Mario Kart all day, but yeah, that's pretty much it. What's going on? Jaden is just making excuses because he's losing. Man. All right, guys. Is there anything else, guys? Cause if not, man, it's that time for me. It is that time for me. Super Nintendo. When I close the stream, don't go to sleep yet. I'm gonna message you on Skype. Gotta talk to you real quick. Are you gonna are you gonna have two runs on stream? Are you going this single player first? I'm gonna, yeah, I just to get into the game, and then I'm gonna play some of you guys online. I don't mind if I get washed in the game. Like this is my first time playing Mario Kart 8 ever. I have, like I said, I've never played it on the Switch, on the Wii U. I never got it for the Wii U, so I never got a chance to play. So I'm learning the game now. So like I don't mind playing and getting some good races in with you guys. I'll probably get better faster that way. They have built it from Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild. Yeah, if someone ever asks what's the timeline, Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild. Wait, okay. Let's see. I hope you get lots of rest. Zelda 2 has one of the best stories in the series. Otherwise, it could play real good. You should have seen me in Ken's stream. Okay, all right. Though it isn't really the best morning traffic. When will you be playing Mario Kart on the stream? Later on tonight, 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock Eastern time. Mag, Megas, Steve. Based on me going through the story with Zelda 2, based on the whole Mido situation, based on Ganon's body being destroyed, based on Calamity Ganon in the game, based on all the references of Breath of the Wild, based on the entire thing, do you agree that Breath of the Wild is the last is the at the end of the timeline? What's your thoughts? Because me and Super Nintendo went over it and we were like, it's kind of funny because it's the safest place to put the game. There's no contradictions by putting it at the end of the timeline, and everything, everything supports it. Wait, I heard this somewhere where of Mido being the elf, but nobody ever thought about it for more than 2 seconds. Nah, you could not have heard that Mido was the elf. Because I've been talking about Mido being the elf. In fact, in 2000, oh yes, you must have heard it from my original timeline. Because in 2011, I put up 3 timeline videos and I talk about Mito being the elf there. So that's the only other place you could have heard it outside of hearing it tonight. Let me see something. Or it's I just heard the elf story. Oh, mm, I wonder if Mother's opens early because I would love to go grab a breakfast before go to sleep. It's crazy. Hold on, guys. I'm waiting to see what Steve writes. Steve runs a Facebook page called Zelda Sacred Realm. In fact, I'm going to put it in this chat. And I occasionally go to this room and post stuff there talking about Zelda. If you guys are interested in joining this room, if you have a Facebook and interested in joining this room, please do so because that's where I post these videos at. So definitely go there and take a look. Steve goes there and does a lot of theories there as well. It's called Legend of Zelda Sacred Realm. I'm getting the address. It's a closed group. You may have to open this group and make it public, Steve. Just letting you know right now. Here's a link. Wow, you guys are troopers. You guys really stayed up with me all the way to the following day. Wow, Super Nintendo wasted no time joining the room. Okay, let's see. Uh, Red Blue, you joined at the time when we was closing the stream. I think Steve stepped away, and I don't think I can hang on any longer because I still need to spend like another 5 minutes because I gotta contact Super Nintendo. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm glad we had this discussion about Mito being the elf. Um, I hope this runs as a trending topic because I'm definitely going to talk to Miyamoto and Anuma about this whole situation. I just got to get a polished version of these the first 2 episodes before I get down to E3. But yeah, guys. So um, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for being troopers, man, and staying up 9 hours. You guys did 9 hours with me overnight. I respect it. Tell your friends about the Mito and the evil gnome. Oh, and also thank you guys for all those who donated today. We made about $40 in donations today. Really appreciate that. Hopefully, when we do the Mario stream, we can break the 800 mark and so forth. 25 days to go. And I still got to raise money for E3. Jesus. Anyway, next week, The Legend of Zelda cartoons and then what's the name of this thing here? The Legend of Zelda cartoons, and then the CDI games. No problem, Zelda. I'm glad you subscribed and whatnot. So you guys will see next week what we put up. I think I just may do it in order. Just do the cartoons first. But the cartoons, we're gonna do a marathon of the cartoons. So what we're gonna do is gonna We're going to show portions of the episodes and do small reviews on them. May do a whole night, just knock that out, get that out of the way, and then that'll buy me more time to get the CDI ROMs working, and then we'll start on the CDI games. And then after next week, then it'll be like the middle of the month. Then we start Breath of the Wild. So I'm gonna work on the cartoons for you guys, and that's why they call me Triforce. On that note, guys, good night. Thank you for everything. I will see you guys later on tonight for some Mario Kart action. I'm only streaming once tonight, so I'm not gonna stream twice. I'm gonna be streaming at 10 p.m. Central Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We stream for about 3 hours, 3 hours of Mario Kart, and I will see, and then I'll catch up on my sleep for Saturday. Then the rest of the day, I'm just gonna do some. I gotta do two vlogs and get some rest. So I will see you guys later. What do you, yes, Zelda cartoons. Good night, guys.